Hello there! Let's keep your week rolling right with just the right mix of news and conversations, whether you're catching us online or watching us on TV. Hop on, join the chat. I'm Paolo de Rosario.
Hello there, beautiful people! I'm Asis-Carilo. Thank God it's Friday! Here's your daily dose of deep dives and good vibes. Welcome to...
Beautiful day!
Friday na! Woo-hoo!
Friday na, and it's been a
rainy week, that's true.
May theory ako eh. Apart from the fact na nandun si Bagyong Krising, okay? Yung theory ko is that...
I love the name of the bagyo though. Let me just say.
You love the name of the bagyo? Say that now habang wala pang nasaktan.
Oh, yeah.
Pero ako, yung theory ko, dumadami na yung mga kumakaraoke ngayon.
You know what? Yes. Lalo na yung mga lumalampas sa curfew. Hindi ba may curfew yung videoke in some areas?
Really?
Oo, parang beyond 10 p.m. hindi ka na pwedeng mag-videoke.
Paano kung magaling ka?
Yun lang. Yun ang ano ko dun eh. Yung point ko eh. In that new law, if your singing skills is really up there, pwede kang kumanta kahit anong time.
So kailangan talaga na may may scale of
pero pagka
like how good you
sintonado
are.
ka, hanggang 7:30 ka lang dapat.
Okay, so kung ka-level mo si Martin Rivera, mga ganon, siguro
pwede ka midnight.
Kailan ka midnight, diba? Then after that, wala na, hindi na
Ikaw,
pwede.
pwede ka midnight.
I don't know about that. But of course, we started trying something different in the past few episodes. Well, just yesterday actually. Na I like the fact that we're now asking our friends, our guests, kung what makes their day beautiful.
I love that.
Oh, such a good question.
Our last question. So we started that yesterday, and I love that, how they answer, and they're including their families. Like yesterday, si Doc included his wife, diba? So many things that makes the day beautiful.
So actually, we want to ask everyone at home, okay? So again, our chats are open. Anne's laptop actually works.
Yes.
Hindi po lang yan a display. What makes your day beautiful? Let us know in the chat. Of course, if you're not on the chat, if you're just on social media, let's say sa mga Facebook page natin or YouTube, and you can comment sa live, let us know what makes your day beautiful. And maybe, perhaps, kung may mga magandang sagot dun, we'll probably...
Yesterday, I was looking at the comment section on Facebook. There were actually people saying hello while we were on air.
That's
sending
good.
Emojis, sending hearts, flowers.
So let's make it more interactive, diba? So what makes your day beautiful? Let us know what
Aside
you guys
from
think.
being here as part of a Beautiful Day, watching us,
Yeah, I agree.
what else makes your day beautiful? And we have a beautiful lineup for you guys today. We got a sci-fi author joining us today. Isn't that interesting?
No, I like that kasi she's a girl who is trying to make it in a world where I guess parang male dominated siya, yung sci-fi writing.
Yes.
And Filipino sci-fi pa. So I mean like people are asking what type of sci-fi, some people are familiar with the works of like 13, I believe sa Philippine mythology. That was on Netflix before. Pero ito may pagka-mecha din, like yung mga giant robots.
Yeah. So she mixes that with a little bit of Filipino folklore.
Yeah.
So, 'di ba, that's interesting. Makikita mo may parang sci-fi tapos may mga kapre.
Yeah.
Right? That's amazing.
That's true. And then of course, so Weather HQ, I also have an interesting guest because we're going to be talking about farm tourism.
Ooh, okay.
Kasi when we talk about farming in general, sinasabi nga nila that okay, look, the farming population is getting older, it's not growing, and in other words, in many ways, it's not really cool, hip.
Okay.
But farm tourism, in general, has been growing. Where farms are now becoming destinations apart from places wherein you can actually produce food for for the greater public, and it's one way to reinvigorate interest in agriculture.
Actually, I'm seeing a lot of farms having those tours. They're offering tours for people. So farm tours.
I mean, like sa Weather HQ, we've actually guested quite a few farms that have that do offer tours. We featured one from Davao, wherein wherein they do chocolate, diba? And then the whole process. Then obviously there's some famous mga bee farms, yung mga yung mga honey.
The Bohol Bee Farm.
Yeah, the Bohol Bee Farm in particular.
And there's one in Cavite, if I'm not mistaken, yung Ilog Maria.
Yeah,
Yeah,
madami.
I love that place.
So there are lots of places that I think are using farm tourism well. But of course, we're going to hear from the DOT of Eastern Visayas later for their efforts there in particular. Kaya tignan natin mamaya. I think it's super interesting. And because of the fact that, I don't know, it's starting to become its own
Farming
thing in
is
terms
in,
of tourism.
planting is in.
Sustainability is in,
yes,
actually, in general.
It is.
But you know what is sustainable, unfortunately, dito sa Pilipinas, ay yung traffic natin.
Traffic! Every time it rains, traffic follows. So let's check the situation in major roads at this hour. Here's a look at EDSA Orense in Makati. Ooh, surprisingly, left side vehicles going to Pasay City, we're seeing light traffic on that stretch. Opposite lane, same situation, everything green and gold. The right side, those are the vehicles going to Shaw Boulevard. So roads are slippery when wet. Please drive safe wherever your destination may be. Now, heads up to motorists, the expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Friday, guys, so vehicles with license plates ending in 9 and 0 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now let's go find out what the weather will be like this Friday. Paolo has today's forecast on Weather HQ, so take it away, Pao.
Thank you so much, Anne. Let's take a look at the tropical depression Krising and the southwest monsoon that is expected to bring more rains to our country today. Now, let's go focus on Krising first. The tropical depression Krising has intensified into a tropical storm. Now, this has the international name Wipa. The center of Krising was last located 335 kilometers east of Echage in Isabela. Now, the storm is packing maximum winds of up to 65 kilometers per hour with gusts that could reach up to 80 kilometers per hour. Now, it will continue to move or is continuing to move towards northern Luzon, heading northwest at a speed of around 20 kilometers per hour. This is actually slower than what we were seeing last night. Now, Krising is expected to move towards the northwestern part of the country within the next 12 hours. Now, it may make landfall in mainland Cagayan or at the Babuyan Islands this afternoon or this evening. Now, after that, it will continue moving west, northwest, passing through the northern part of northern Luzon, and may exit the Philippine Area of Responsibility by tomorrow afternoon or in the evening. Now, with Krising here, tropical cyclone wind signal number 2 is now in effect. In the following areas in particular, Batanes, Cagayan, including the Babuyan Islands, northern and eastern sections of Isabela, Apayao, the northern portion of Kalinga, the northern portion of Abra, Ilocos Norte, the northern portion of Ilocos Sur. Now, these areas may experience strong winds of up to 88 kilometers per hour within the next 24 hours. Now, be ready for possible power outages, prepare flashlights, extra batteries, first aid kits, and ready-to-eat food. Charge your phones and gadgets, especially if you live in flood-prone areas. Lift your things to higher places. Now, signal number 1 is raised over the rest of Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, the rest of Kalinga, Mountain Province, Ifugao, the rest of Abra, Benguet, the rest of Ilocos Sur, La Union, the northern portion of Pangasinan, the northern portion of Aurora, the northeastern portion of Nueva Ecija, the Polillo Islands, Camarines Norte, Catanduanes, the northeastern portion of Camarines Sur. Now, people in these areas may experience winds of up to 60 kilometers per hour in the next 36 hours. Now, start checking your homes now. Fix what needs to be fixing and ready anything that might get blown away to stay safe. Now, there's also a storm surge warning according to Pag-asa. Now, this is due to Tropical Storm Krising still. Now, 1 to 2 meter waves are possible along the coastlines of Cagayan, Isabela, Ilocos Norte, and Ilocos Sur within the next 48 hours. Now, residents are urged to move to higher grounds away from the coast and the storm surge prone areas in particular. Cancel marine trips and monitor the local weather updates. For those wondering, 2 meters is around the height of a single-story building. That is pretty high, so make sure you stay safe and stay away from those flood-prone areas and storm surge-prone areas. And hopefully, we won't be reporting any news that is untoward. Now, today, stormy weather is being experienced in Batanes, Cagayan, Isabela, Apayao, Abra, Kalinga, Ilocos Norte, and Ilocos Sur. Now, the heavy to intense and at times torrential rains may lead to flash floods or landslides. Stay indoors, avoid flood-prone or landslide-prone areas, and monitor local advisories. Now, over in Aurora, Cagayan Valley, Cordillera Administrative Region, the rest of Ilocos region, expect rains with gusty winds. Please secure any loose objects outside your homes and be ready for possible power interruptions. The trough of the tropical storm, Krising, will also bring cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms over the Bicol region, Quezon Province, and northern Samar. Residents there must watch out for sudden heavy rains and localized flooding as we show you all of the weather in all of these areas all the way down to Palawan. Krising is also strengthening the southwest monsoon, bringing the monsoon rains to Zambales, Bataan, Mimaropa, Western Visayas, and the Negros Island region right over here. Now, you can expect that the moderate to heavy and at times intense rains may also lead to flash floods or landslides. People in low-lying areas or mountainous areas should be ready to evacuate if necessary, still due to the southwest monsoon. Occasional moderate to heavy rains are expected for the rest of Central Luzon, Metro Manila, Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal, and the Zamboanga Peninsula. Now, if you're heading out, please bring rain gear and expect traffic disruptions and stay updated on flood warnings. Now, for the rest of Visayas and Mindanao, you can expect cloudy skies with scattered rain and thunderstorms. Be cautious during the thunderstorms and avoid outdoor activities during the heavy downpour. Well, that's a lot of weather here for this morning, but at the moment, that's it for Weather HQ, and back to you.
Thank you, Pal. Now let's take a look at what's happening in national news. Retired Police Lieutenant General Jonel Estomo denies any involvement in the disappearances of missing Sabongeros. Estomo insists he had no connection to gambling tycoon Atong Ang or the so-called Alpha Group and rejects claims he ordered the killing of whistleblower Julie Dondon Patidongan. In response, Patidongan maintains Estomo is linked to Alpha Group members and challenges him to a lie detector test, while Estomo's camp considers filing a case against him.
Una, wala akong kinalaman sa missing Sabongero na yan. Dahil, kung maalala ninyo, nangyari yung krimen na yan, kung totoong yung krimen na yan, nangyari yan noong 2021, na kung saan ako ay regional director ng Bicol Region. Tapos, yung mga binanggit din niya mga pangalan, karamihan, ang destino nila ay sa Calabarzon. Na kung saan hindi naman po ako naging regional director ng Calabarzon. Parang hindi kapanipaniwala yung kanyang mga bintang.
Now, more news. Senator Raffy Tulfo declared his support for the Philippine Coast Guard in their recovery of possible evidence in the missing Sabongeros case. PNP.
Kung ano yung mga ginagawa natin mga otoridad, suportahan natin. Fully support ako dyan. May mga korte tayo. However, pag nakita ko yung mga pulis natin, medyo winawashi-washi yung ginagawang investigasyon, magsasalita ako.
Went ahead of the interview there, but here, PNP Chief Nicolas Torre III says that the recovered sacks from Taal Lake contain a mix of human and animal bones. The PCG has already denied allegations that the evidence that they recovered was planted. Senator Raffy supports the PCG's claim, while adding that thorough forensic investigation is needed to dispel doubts.
Meron silang nakita mga buto, then that's a positive development that we should welcome, everybody should welcome. But it has to be investigated by the forensic experts, thoroughly investigated kung talagang magmamatch talaga yung.
Meanwhile, Duterte ally Senator Bato de la Rosa says that the investigation should be based on evidence and not theory, referring to the DOJ's theory of the Sabongeros case being related to the FPRRD's drug war.
Now, Malacanang names who they call is a fake news peddler behind the linking of First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos to the death of businessman Paolo Tantoco. The palace says the police report posted by the Manila Times columnist Rigoberto Tiglao is doctored. The supposed report names Liza as one of Tantoco's companions, summoned for questioning by the police.
With reference to Mr. Tiglao's post on the screenshot of a purported report surrounding the circumstances of the death of Mr. Paolo Tantoco in Los Angeles, the Philippine Consulate in Los Angeles had verified with the Beverly Hills Police Department on the veracity of the alleged report and found that the police report posted by Mr. Tiglao was altered.
Tiglao maintains that the First Lady's whereabouts during Tantoco's death should still be investigated. He said he will write a column today in response to Malacanang.
Now, aside from illegal online gambling sites, the Cybercrime Investigations Coordinating Center has another issue under close watch. Now, the growing number of scams on illegal online payment gateways. These are sites that offer online financial services such as e-wallets but are not licensed or regulated by the Bangko Sentral, such as WizPay and MyPay Incorporated. The CICC says that these sites are often targeted the desperate and impoverished. They add that illegal online gambling operations use these sites specifically because the money going through them is difficult to trace without BSP regulation. You know what, Anne? That is one of the things that are, a lot of people are worried about, especially, we mentioned the impoverished and the desperate. Because sometimes it seems too good to be true.
Yeah,
yung mga offer online.
Easy money.
Oo.
Yeah, and if you're desperate, you'll just, you'll engage in something like this. First we had Pogo, and now we have these illegal online, what do you call that? Payment gateways or borrowing sites.
Yeah.
Right? Illegal borrowing sites. Isa pang issue with these online borrowing platforms, the way that they what do you call this? Yung pag may utang ka, and then the way that they ask you to pay, sometimes it's parang harassment na eh. Bordering on harassment.
No,
diba?
I agree. I mean, it's bordering on harassment, and at the same time, again, sometimes if it's too good to be true, you have to look not once, not twice, but maybe even 3 times. Because there are unscrupulous people out there when it comes to trying to take advantage of certain situations.
Yes.
And it's so easy right now because you can do all these transactions over your phone. And especially for those more vulnerable or those who are not tech savvy siguro,
yes,
I think it's safer to be able to identify kung ano yung mga regulated talaga, ano yung mga legal, and to be able to, it's like back in the day, nalala mo that we were all trying to educate ourselves kung ano nga ba yung fake news in a world wherein news would come in sa social media natin in a very quick pace. So ngayon, you have to now identify yung mga
these sites, these platforms.
fake gateway platforms, especially ones that actually handle money.
That's right.
Oh, so nakakatakot nga.
So if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's take a look now at what's happening in global news. Meta agrees to pay $8 billion to its investors to settle a fine. That's for the damage the Meta platforms allegedly caused the company for repeated violations of Facebook's user privacy. Meta investors alleged in the lawsuit that former and current board members failed to comply to a certain comprehensive privacy program. This comes after revelations that data from millions of Facebook users were accessed by Cambridge Analytica. The now defunct political consulting firm worked for Donald Trump's successful presidential campaign and reportedly had a hand in rebranding the Marcos family in the Philippines prior to PBBM's election.
Now, moving on to sports, fans in the sporting world are all excited over the return of an all-time great, Manny the Pac-Man Pacquiao, who is set to face WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios in a match this Saturday. And as a 46-year-old legend steps back into the ring, he's also bringing Filipino talent to shine on his undercard. America correspondent Steve Angeles has the details.
After 4 years, Manny the Pac-Man Pacquiao fever is back in Las Vegas. In 4 days, the 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao, popularly known as the People's Champ, will be back in the ring to make another history. Naka-face-off niya para sa pre-fight press conference Wednesday afternoon Las Vegas time ang 30-year-old WBC welterweight champion, Mexican-American Mario El Azteca Barrios. The fight is scheduled this Saturday.
I always leave it to God what's his plan for my life, because what I'm doing right now, I want to help people, I want to inspire people, and make a legacy that can we leave behind that legacy that can inspire other generations.
But the fight is not just about Pacquiao, because the 8th Division World Champion included 2020 Olympic bronze medalist Eumir Marshall and former featherweight champion Mark Magsaysay for a chance to shine on the undercard.
It's good for them, like it's good for the Filipino boxers to have the opportunity to show their talents in the world, not only in United States but all over the world. So that's good opportunity for the Filipino boxers.
Barrios holds a 29-win, 2-loss, and 1-draw record. He believes he is ready to take on the Hall of Famer, whose boxing career began the same year Barrios was born. May revelation din si Barrios sa Bilyonaryo News Channel, win or lose after the fight.
I've met a lot of Filipino fans. Like every interaction I've had, they've been very high energy, but very respectful. And I plan on taking a trip to the Philippines after this fight.
But wait, there's more. Depende sa outcome ng fight, the long-awaited rematch with Floyd Mayweather may finally come true.
I don't have that in my mind right now because my focus on Saturday. I always say one at a time. Let's talk about it after the fight, and let me focus this coming fight because this is not an easy opponent. Like he's a champion, he's taller than me, so I have to be ready 100% mentally, 100% physically, and 100% of course like the way I pray.
Starting today hanggang the fight day on Saturday, light workout at the daw ang routine ng People's Champ. Kahit ano nangyari this weekend between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios, ang mundo ng boxing nag-e-enjoy and sinesavor lang ang return of an all-time great. Steve Angeles for Bilyonaryo News Channel, Las Vegas.
I'm excited for the fight. I'm
Me
super
too.
excited.
Oh my goodness!
And I'm excited for the undercards. Okay, Eumir Marshall is one of the best personalities that I've covered. Ang bait niya, always good for a laugh. I'm a fan of Mark Magnifico Magsaysay. I haven't met him in person, but I'm just watching his fight. He's such an exciting fighter. And of course, si Manny. I cannot wait to find out what's
So in the
gonna
Philippines,
happen.
what time?
You know what? That'll depend on the undercards in it. Because just
Okay.
save your morning for Manny.
So Sunday morning
Oo.
here in the Philippines.
Sa mga millennials
Okay.
out there, and for those who are not Gen Z, I don't know. This feels different. It feels. It reminds me of yung feeling ko when we used to watch Manny in his pump. In his prime, yung tipong like you plan your day around the Pacquiao fight.
You go to the
Oo.
sports bars, tapos dun kayo, di ba?
Oo.
Tapos halos walang traffic, nobody's on the road,
And
walang crime.
Walang krimen, okay? Manny Pacquiao saves lives. No, but
Parang pag ano yan parang pag may Miss Universe pageant,
oo,
di ba?
oo.
Wow.
Well, you know what?
Oh my
I
goodness,
honestly,
but looking at Mario Barrios, he looks so young, and I'm like, Sen Manny, you got this.
compared to Pacquiao, right? But then, of course, we're gonna hear a lot more from that in the lead up. Of course, we're gonna talk about it right after as well. But for the moment,
Ooh, I'm excited
we got
to
some
give you
entertainment to
the
talk
tea.
about. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And here's the tea this morning. What is the worst thing that could happen on a kiss cam? Alam ko na kiss cam ka na, Pao.
I know, pero ito
But
muna.
listen to this. An awkward moment at a recent Coldplay concert in the US after a kiss cam showed a mortified couple who turned out to be colleagues. TikTok users were quick to identify the man in the video as a CEO of a software company and the woman as his HR director. The tech CEO is said to be married with 2 kids.
Oh my God.
The TikTok video has now over 3.7 million likes. In Tagalog, huli ka, Balbon!
Oh, look at these two.
Oh no!
Man.
Oh, that is so
Oh,
good.
Either they're having an affair
And
or
bad.
it's very sharp.
I read an article that the girl, the HR director, halos bagong hire lang, like a few months.
I wonder why.
After. And the CEO was actually gushing about, hiring this girl. He was all praises for this girl. Tapos biglang, tadang, kiss cam. Oh my goodness.
My gosh. I have no words except for
What were they thinking though?
no. when I think people have to, I don't know, I have no real explanation kasi
Diba?
it's just not smart.
It isn't
It's
at
not,
all.
It's not.
I mean, having something, while you're married, that's already wrong.
Yeah.
But for you to just go out
To
there and
openly
show
flaunt it in
and
public,
flaunt it.
ayun.
And what were you thinking, going to a concert and then hugging each other? Akala mo,
pag sweet,
nobody
sweet,
will
baka-
see you?
Yeah, exactly.
Diba?
Baka yung mga employees nga nila nasa concert eh. Diba? I don't know. Like, it doesn't feel right. Like, first of all,
And you know
great
that-
shot from the camera
Yeah,
guys.
and you know that the kiss cam was happening in that concert.
Yeah.
So you would be careful
Stay
at least.
away. Oh,
Diba?
my gosh. Look, to be fair, my kiss cam story is not as traumatic as that in particular. In fact, it wasn't about me eh. My gosh, pero grabe. You know what, the kiss cam...
I've
it's
always
so-
wanted to be on a
Solely.
kiss cam.
You did?
Yeah.
You do? Oh my God.
Oo.
Dan kang PBA, may kiss cam dun. Actually,
nga.
that was my problem. Nag-kiss cam yung girlfriend ko and my brother. And they had to like fight away. They had to fight, no.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
goodness.
yeah, dapat lang. I was across the room.
Well, just, my goodness. Careful ka lang talaga. If you're hiding something, just hide it.
No, don't
But
have any reason to hide anything.
Exactly.
Don't do
hide
it.
anything. Diba?
Especially
Diba?
your HR director.
No magic spell can make that whole thing vanish. But speaking of magic,
It's so good.
ready your wands because all
Uy.
8 Harry Potter films are coming back to the big screen. Woo! This August, SM Cinemas are letting fans return to the Wizarding World with a double weekend movie marathon. It kicks off with the first 4 films screening from August 16 to 17 and then continues on August 30 to the 31st with the second half of the series. Do you remember when all these films were, well, not simultaneously,
Yeah.
but nung pinapalabas siya sa
Oh,
sine,
no, it was an
and
event.
you'd wait,
Yeah.
diba, for
Yeah.
the next one?
Yeah, it was an event. I mean, like, to be fair,
Yeah.
I remember waiting for the books to come out.
I know kasi meron pa akong tea for you.
Oh,
Alam mo,
meron pa.
tapos na, no? Get
Go.
ready for the epic series finale of Stranger Things! Netflix has dropped. The Hamilton is there.
Final season's coming up very soon. But of course, here's one of my favorite questions now. Syempre, we are now approaching our time with our next guest. The question, well, at least for me to you, is what's your favorite Filipino myth?
The Capre.
The Capre, bakit?
Kasi may Capre kami sa house. That I have to discuss with our guest.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, have you ever thought about what that would look like in a sci-fi setting? Because our next guest is an author who combines Filipino myth and sci-fi in her novels with a graphic novel adaptation in the works. Local sci-fi author Katrina Olan joins us after the break. Beautiful day. We'll be right back.
And welcome back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. Pao.
Yeah.
Our first guest today is a copywriter by day, sci-fi writer by night. And that brings Filipino mythology into futuristic settings. We were just talking
I
about
love this
that.
idea.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. Yeah. Let's take a deep dive into her unique blend of mythical science fiction in our hangout. Beautiful day to you, sci-fi author Katrina Olan. Welcome to the Hangout. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Yes.
Pao and I were talking about this a while ago. Ang galing yung ginagawa mo, sci-fi mixed with Filipino mythology.
Mythology.
So medyo parang sci-fi version of a manananggal, of a
yes.
kapre. That is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Your best-selling novel is titled Tablay. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay, Tablay, which is Filipino for electrical charge. So what made you choose this as a title? And kwento mo sa amin what Tablay is all about.
Okay, yeah, so Tablay is my best-selling Filipino mecha myth novel. It brings together the best of science fiction and Philippine mythology.
Okay.
Actually, how I wrote the title was really funny. I was actually just going through a Filipino science dictionary because I wanted, I wanted this like, you know, those things that are really in trend where it's they use a Filipino word and then it means a lot, like hiraya or like you know all of those other things. It's a so I was going through it and then I saw the word tablay, which means electric charge. And I was pretty blown away. I was like, okay, maybe this is the concept that I wanted to work with. Because the theme of electricity does have a lot of things to do with the book. The mechs are powered by arc reactors. The city is powered by electricity, but it's also about the spark between two hearts, like that. And
that's
it's,
nice.
it's like a commentary on, it's a commentary actually on technology and ethics, because it takes place in Manila, 100 years into the future, and we are living in New Intramuros, which is like the NCR bubble, but make it kind of walled, like give it Attack on Titan vibes. And beyond the walls are vast mountains and jungles filled with these hostile machine lives called aswang. So they're biomechanical creatures.
Oh, amazing.
And the mech force are fighting them. They've been fighting them for 100 of years. But, you know, when the main character, si Anya Valerio, she discovers a dark secret about the war, she has to stop this mega weapon called Bakunawa, which is like a bomb with 7 pylons. So it's representative of the dragon. They have to stop the fight before it's too late. So it's a commentary on technology, ethics, history, memory.
I'm curious, how did they come about?
Wait.
The mythical creatures naging mecha.
Mahirapan tayo ata doon. Because
Baka may explanation. Kasi ngayon, may robots na tayo eh, di ba? There's AI. Baka mamaya, mangyari nga talaga to in the future.
Well, knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But yeah, well, as far as people know, and without spoiling anything about the book, they're aliens. They're aliens from another dimension.
Right.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
Well, I forgot that that meme back then. You know, when you don't know what the answer is, it's always aliens.
Yes.
Right? Like it's aliens. But you know, I just wanna say, your imagination has to be incredibly deep to make this world. I want to talk about yung world building process mo, because Filipino myths being brought into the modern era it's not new. We've seen it in the past. We've actually seen a Netflix series with Trece in particular, and of course because of the graphic novel as well. But your approach brings in mecha, and I think anyone who's grown up in the Philippines has an affinity to mecha for some reason.
Yes.
Because back in my day, it was yung Gundam. Back in your day, it was Voltes 5.
Voltes 5, Daimos.
Mazinger Z.
Yes.
Right? So, but for you, bringing Philippine mythology and mecha together, how did that idea start out for you?
Right. So actually, it was very interesting because I wasn't really into mecha until I started writing the book. But I did love a lot of World War I and World War II stories. A lot of my family were involved. Like my actual grandfather walked the Death March.
Oh wow!
Well, back in World War II, stories of survival. My mom, who also kind of like survived, and my uncles over here in the studio, they survived the war in Marawi a long time ago. They used to come from there. So there were a lot of things. And, well, we had this rumor that one of my, I don't know if it's true, but one of my lola's lola was a katipunera, which is great. So, palaban ako. Yes, let's fight. But, you know, it's really just bringing my own personal history into the mix. I think it was also a reflection of where I was at that time when I first started writing the book in 2017. You know, it was my first time out of college, and you know, you were exposed to the real world, you know, adulting, all the politics, all of the, you know, it's not your sheltered life. So that plus, I just entered the comics community. So I entered the comics community around 2016 or 2017, and while I did publish a first book, which was Skies Above, which is like steampunk fantasy, floating world sort of style, it was still very Western, you know? So when I entered the comics community and I discovered this whole ecosystem of Filipino comics, like they were so proud. They were really flaunting their Filipino flag. Sabi ko, well, I want, if they can make it, then I want to make something too that's, you know, that I'm proud of being Filipino. So what do I love? I love science fiction. I grew up as a geek. I love Star Wars. I went to the Star Wars Celebration Japan just
Congratulations. I'm so jealous, but go on. Okay.
Went to the Star Wars Celebration Japan just a few months ago. Gundam, Evangelion. Yes. But also Trece, diba, the comics.
Yes.
I wanted to combine something that no one has really explored before. So it's really like, what is something very Filipino that we can own? And that's mythology. What is science fiction, right? So you bring that together and it created Tablay. There, that's how I did it.
So in your first book, you actually had a Caucasian character. So now you shifted to yung Pinoy characters na talaga, right? And in your book, your protagonist, si Anya, actually mirrors some of your own life shifts. So what real emotions did, you know, channeling her journey stir in you?
Right, so it's funny because there were a lot of parallelisms between Anya. I think it was just like a self-insert at that point. Well, in the first half of the book, it was her entering the Strikers, which is an elite unit in the mech force. She is constantly bombarded with pressure.
Okay.
And she has so much ambition that she wants to be the mech pilot ever. But then, you know, there are things about like, what is the cost of ambition? Like sometimes you do lose your loved ones and friends in the process. And then there's this big turning point in the story when she realizes that everything that you know she's believed in, she can't be that person, and it's so hard because I cannot spoil. So,
no, it's okay. No, don't spoil. We don't like it. Anna's a spoiler, by the way. She likes spoiling things. So, but we'll focus on that a bit later on. But I want to touch on more on the fact that you base a lot of your writing on the stories of your family, the World War II stories, the war stories. Obviously, it's a lot of it. The themes are survival. What you do to survive. What you do to get what needs to be done. And how do you feel that reflected in your writing? And of course, just when you were trying to put all of this together, did it bring you even closer to your family? Because writing about it and trying to put yourselves in their shoes and putting the emotion in the writing must have been a process in itself.
Yes, I think it was very transformative in a sense. Because I mean, back then I was going through so much turmoil in my personal life. So I was like, okay, I think the point is to turn all that emotional baggage into cold, hard cash.
Kung may trauma, make money out of it.
Well, that's a very smart thing to do.
Oh, why
it's
not?
like if life gives you lemons, then make a lemonade stand,
exactly.
Okay, it looks like you have.
So ayun, so I was like, okay, I just wanted to channel everything. You know, I never wrote Tablay for anyone but myself. But there was one point when I was really stuck in the story, really trying to dissect what the aswangs are, like what they really are at its core. I was then approached by someone who totally shifted, without spoiling, just shifted my mindset. You know what, sorry, just a little segue. It's so funny because no one has yet spoiled the actual, you know, plot twist of Tablay online, and I'm so thankful.
Do you want to do it now? Para hindi online, on TV.
The whole world will see this. But ayun, like, I'm so thankful that, you know, the readers have kept it a secret, like, ever since. Because it's really something, because what you think is this perfect utopian world, when the plot twist comes, you realize that it's much closer to reality than it actually is. There's a lot of political and social undertones when it came to Tablay to really talk about the current events and what's happening in our country. I also wrote it during the years of 2016 to 2020, so that says a lot about where we're coming from.
Yeah, the situation during that time.
Hypercharged yung social media in particular when it comes to politics then,
Yeah, and then it was because I know, like, when I started reading the comics, it also, in the comics community, it really also inspired me to be a bit more brave, right? Like I really wanted to speak up, because these people, they're not afraid to express their beliefs, especially towards the injustices that's happening in our country. Like, tarantadong kalbo, like that. So shout out to Kevin. Hi, sir. Yeah, we're friends. Also, what they call it, si Budgetan, diba? Also talking about Trece and the other, the other injustices in the justice system in the Philippines. So there were a lot of, and war.
Yeah.
And war, what's happening within our peoples itself. Like, a lot of us are divided. When I just, maybe a segue na to the graphic novel na, I revisited it 5 years later, and I've changed so much as a person that coming back and looking at the themes of the book, and especially what's happened during the pandemic, it really shifts your perspective na parang, before it was just like, oh, there's two people fighting, good and bad. But then later, when you grow up, you realize that, this concept of good and evil is so nuanced, especially in our day and age. Na, it's not really black and white, but varying shades of gray, right?
Yeah.
And the world is just so interconnected and so complex nowadays. Now you can't really pinpoint everyone is 100% good or 100% evil, because we both have the capability to do good and bad things.
Like you said, there's that gray area now, you're right. Now, your book, Tablay, is set in a dark, futuristic Philippines where technology runs rampant. What would you say is the message of the story in relation to technological advancement, AI, the age of AI, digital era, and the ethical usage of that new technology, especially with the advent of things like I said, AI.
Artificial intelligence.
Right. I think it's much more relevant now than it was back in 2019. Baka it was just like a mecha thing in 2019, but now there's a lot of social commentary and technological commentary in 2025. The core of Tablay is so relevant nowadays because it talks about what good is progress if it is made at the expense of our humanity.
Oh, wow. I love that.
No, we can. Do you want to take this tangent now? Do you want to go dive deeper into a technological social commentary? No, because that's true. You meant a big theme in your work is basically how technology changes society. How technology has changed the way that we live things. You say it's more relevant now, and I think we can all agree that perhaps we can take a look at AI in particular. Some people are afraid of their livelihood in a way or two.
True.
I mean, like, you think you too. I mean, again, let's talk about that for a moment, because has the growth of technology, is your work a bit of a commentary on, a bit of a warning, like, hey, things could get really bad if we don't keep it in check?
Exactly. I think that's like the revolving theme around science fiction, because we haven't really seen a very hopeful science fiction, right? Like, you think of 1984, George Orwell. You think about even Star Wars. It's about destruction, the Death Star. Andor, one of the series I wish I could have wrote. Like, you look at it, you're like, oh man.
I love Andor. It's fantastic.
This is like the pinnacle of like sci-fi commentary. I think that, it's really important, because if we do not, there's a line from the book actually that one of the characters say, si Apolaki, and he says that progress, we have two different versions of progress. For some, it's about technological advancement, right? It's about the robust economy. But the problem with that kind of progress most of the time is that technology is changing at a rate much faster than our society and our choices and ourselves. So we cannot really keep up with that, right? It's just so exponential. There are barely any gatekeepers, so anyone can do anything that they want with it. And this is so relevant with what's happening today, right? So I think that it's important, especially at the time where we have allowed machines to do the thinking and the feeling for us, that we should always come back to our own humanity, diba? And especially like what was seen in Tablay, that technology, which is supposed to be used for the good, is actually being used to divide people, right? And then create that rift between the haves and have-nots. But, you know, it's still our choice. It's still a tool, diba? Like they say, technology is immoral. It's just like, I keep on using this analogy, like it's like a knife. You can use it to stab someone, or you can use it to make really good katsu.
Yes, or to cut your steak.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah, that's true though. And it kind of like mirrors, no, the gist of her book kind of like mirrors what is going on now in the present, right? Like what you mentioned a while ago, there are no gatekeepers, so anybody just does whatever they want. And parang ganon what's happening now with advent of AI and everything. They just go ahead and improve the technology, and at the same time, people losing their livelihood, diba?
Yeah, sometimes it feels like technology is just moving too fast.
Too fast.
For yung
Yes,
society
yes.
as well. But of course, look, hearing you talk about this, the passion that you have, it's next level. But you also have a day job. I want to talk.
And I have to go to work in a few
you gotta
hours.
work, right? Because a lot of people say like, hey, how do you fund your passion? How do you fuel your passion? And you do actually do copywriting in advertising and at Denso, I think, for quite some time. So when you take a look at the fact that you have a relatively creative industry that you're working on right now, how does that actually coincide and work in your own worldview that you are actually able to still produce other worlds outside that is more your own and not dictated by any client?
Okay, I know this is why it's like it's two sides of the same coin, right?
Yeah,
It's writing, but
yeah.
one side is the creative writing, and then the other side is the copywriting, which are two different disciplines, right?
Yeah, very different.
So creative writing is really about building worlds, telling stories at a very conceptual level. Like it could be speculative fiction, right? It could be poetry, but I'm not really much of a poet because I've been told that my language is very pragmatic. I mean, it's same. I think that's the discipline din of science fiction.
Yeah.
It has to be very technical and precise because
Yeah.
it is science fiction. It still has to be grounded in some sort of reality.
Yeah, it suits you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Pero the copywriting side of it, it's also very pragmatic because how do I tell a story in 6 seconds for a YouTube bumper ad?
Yeah.
Or how do
Yeah.
I tell a 15-second commercial? Or how do I tell a 30-second, if we're lucky, go to 60 seconds. But no one's brain's attention span is really as long as 60 seconds. But ayun, so it's really like they complement each other because one, the whole process of copywriting at work did teach me the skills and the grit and the I guess the eagle eye when it comes to the technical aspect. Also, it also teaches you how to compress your story or distill your ideas in the most perfect, just like it's like a diamond. You just have to keep shaving it off until you find that diamond. So that really came in handy when it came to the editing part of it.
Yeah.
For the creative side, it kind of also fuels your imagination for the copywriting side because when it comes to creative writing, I'm writing novels at like 70,000, novellas at 70, novella or novel at 70,000 to 100,000 words.
Yeah.
But then in copywriting, you have to distill that within 15 seconds. So it's
There's
just
a limit,
like, it's like it balances everything out. Plus, the business aspect of copywriting and my educational background, which I took my master's in integrated marketing communication at UANP.
Yeah.
So I was really built to be a brand manager.
No, that makes sense. You know what? I have a quick game for us here, Anne.
Okay.
Because right now, obviously, she writes long form. She writes 30-second ads or
short
even
form as
less.
well, yes.
How would you sell? How would you sell
the elevator
a tablay?
pitch?
Yeah. How would you elevator pitch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Kaya mo yan.
Enter the brave new world of tablay, where Philippine mythology meets science fiction. Right. So that's a line. So basically, oh my goodness, I am blacking out.
Kaya mo yan.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
this show is a lot of pressure.
Yes. Enter the brave new world of new intramuros with tablay that brings together the best of science fiction and Philippine mythology.
Wow, that was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
tell that was good because I didn't make it sa advertising. Kaya nandito ako eh. So, so let's take a look at that and dive into it, Anne, because we asked a while ago what your favorite Filipino mythology is.
Your favorite,
favorite.
mythological creature, I guess?
Favorite discovery mo? Because you had to research.
Yes, I did.
You had to research about Philippine mythology to fall in love with it.
So my favorite creature from Philippine mythology is probably the Bakunawa. I don't know, I just love dragons. I love big, powerful things. And it's like a serpent, but the mythology also revolves around the moons. Like Bakunawa and the 7 moons, right? So I feel like gigantic things are like the gigantic creatures are the ones I love. Kaijus, dragons, the Targaryen dragon. King Ghidorah from the Godzilla universe. Those are the kinds of things. But I also do appreciate the malevolent, because I had to draw a distinction. You know, when I was doing a lot of research, of course, research is very important because we have to pay respects din to the source material, especially since it's indigenous culture and knowledge. So I did a lot of research on that. And, you know, but I also wanted to have some sort of variation while still respecting the source material. How can I divide? Because all the creatures and all the mechs are named after these mythological creatures. So the more malevolent ones by lore, those ended up as the aswangs, so the evil enemies. The ones that are kind of neutral or have like connotations of good, those became the mech force robots or mechs.
Oh
I need to get a copy
you
of
need
this.
to get a
but,
copy.
Oh my goodness. Before we run out of time, I wanted to touch also on your other work, which is Machina, another sci-fi collaboration. You teamed up with Ian Santamaria, who's a seasoned Filipino comiquero based in Denmark. Let's talk about that piece of work.
Okay, so Machina's my other book. Well, I have a lot of books, but Machina is the sister sci-fi book of, I would say sister because it's in the same genre. But basically, Machina is more of Filipino cyberpunk and street culture and working class themes. And it's a commentary on hyper-capitalism too, because while Tablay was military science fiction, Machina it's a graphic anthology series, meaning sometimes there are panels, sometimes there are illustrations, and they all have short stories. There are 52 stories, but the core of, or the plot is, it takes place in the future, and we follow Machina. Machina is the titular character. She's an android that lost all of her memories, pero her directive was to collect stories and record history. Pero nawala yung data sa kanya. Na-corrupt yung data. So all of her memories and data got lost. So now she's literally synthesizing memories with you, the reader, to kind of retrieve the lost data. And yung pagka, like, it's like the drift.
So it's like discovering lost history, practically speaking.
Yes, and the memories are all the 52 stories in the book.
Perfect. You know what? We're running out of time, but then we could go on and on about this world you built. Because it is a world, so we can go on and on about it. But before we let you go, we love asking this question. That's up to all our guests here. What makes your day beautiful?
Aww, that's so sweet. What makes my day beautiful?
Yes.
I think being able to see the people I love every day, you know, because we just, sometimes, a lot of times we take things for granted, right? And just being able to interact and, be there, be present. I think that's the most important thing.
That's true.
A lot of times, we're so either trapped in the past or we're so anxious for the future, but the most important thing is just to be present with your loved ones and being able to see them every day. So that makes my day beautiful.
Oh, I love that answer.
Great way to end.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
Katrina
you.
Olan, ladies and gentlemen, sci-fi writer. Thank you for hanging out with us here in the Hangout.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we've got more stories for you after the break, plus our horoscope of the day. Beautiful day. We'll be right back.
back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. Now, eto na, Pao. Is today gonna be our lucky day or not? Let's go find out from our resident energizer and feng shui master, Hans Kua, in our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! Beautiful day with me, Bilyonaryo Feng Shui Master Hans Kua. Ito po ang horoscope ng Friday, July 18. Simulan natin sa mga Year of the Rat. Iwas tayo sa double booking. Sa utang, isang bayad lang muna sa bawat linggo. Gray at 4. Kay Ox naman tayo, huwag agad magtiwala sa tao. Get to know them first. Pink at 1. Kay Year of Tiger naman tayo, tanggapin ang guidance ng isang mas nakakatanda. May wisdom yan. Blue at 6. Kay Year of the Rabbit naman tayo, ang taong gustong makasama ka, hindi lang sa chat nagpaparamdam. Gumagawa yan ng paraan. White at 3. Kay Year of Dragon naman tayo, i-review mo muna ang subscription mo. Baka may hindi naman kailangan. Yellow at 7. Kay Year of the Snake naman tayo, ikaw ang aasahan sa biglaang trabaho. Ipakita ang professionalism at determination mo. Green at 5. Ito naman, Year of the Horsey, kung hindi consistent ang action niya, huwag mo nang ipaglaban ang fantasy. Wake up! Gising-gising! Gold at 2. Ay Year of the Ship naman tayo, ang biglang bumalik para manghiram lang ay hindi lang sincere. Be smart. Purple at 8. Kay Year of the Monkey naman tayo, mag-ingat sa taong biglang sweet tapos may biglang emergency naman kinabukasan. Silver at 9. Kay Year of the Rooster naman tayo, may posibilidad na may bagong kakilala. Maging maingat sa kanyang agenda. Red at 6. Kay Year of the Dog naman tayo, kung may tinatago siya sa'yo, lalo na sa social media, mag-isip-isip ka na. Green at 1. Kay Year of the Pig naman tayo, kung laging may dahilan para hindi makipagkita at makapagkwentuhan, baka hindi ikaw ang main sa buhay niya. White at 7. Paalala lang, ito po'y patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan ang horoscope of the day dito lang po sa Beautiful Day with me, Master Hans Kua, Bilyonaryo, Feng Shui Expert.
Thank you as always, Master Hans Kua. I am so intrigued. My horoscope today is somewhat related to my horoscope the other day when he said that someone from my past will be coming back.
Okay, so sinong bumalik sa past?
Tapos ngayon,
Who came back?
Wala. Pero ngayon naman, ang horoscope ko is yung nagbabalik para lang humiram. Is not daw sincere.
So, may bumalik ba?
So I told you, 'di ba, feeling ko yung mga bumabalik para lang bumabalik sila just to borrow money.
I am so interested in your life story. Siguro next week malalaman natin. But of course, yung sa akin, to be honest, I'm not quite sure how it figures.
You have to wake up daw from your fantasy.
Fantasy? Ano
Yeah.
ba? Bakit? Like,
What are your fantasies ba?
na yumaman ng todo.
Oh, wake up daw.
Oh, wake up daw.
Wake up and you gotta do something about it. Stop dreaming,
Stop
Paolo.
dreaming
Yeah.
and do it. Now, we have a special guest here kasi
Yes.
she just so happened to be in the building. And we were like, huy, sama ka. We have our former friend.
Former friend? Wait lang! Former friend! Hold on!
We're friends! I don't know about you.
Grabe naman. Guys, I missed you so much. You know, I live here in Bilyonaryo Studio. Sinatak lang ako today.
Tinan mo, Mo and I are so in sync. We're the same earrings. Oh.
This was not planned, guys. And also, this was not...
See?
Yung guesting ko was also not
Oh,
planned.
there.
Kita? Twinning.
Oh, twinning.
Oh my gosh. And then, Ann, yung horoscope mo daw, babalik. Pero I'm not asking you for money.
Oh, dapat kasi I have no
babalik ako
money
sa
to
life
lend
mo.
you.
yung babalik pala si Mo. Si Mo yung babalik, hihingi ng pera.
I said, I'm not asking her for money. For food na lang.
Sige,
I miss
money,
you
no.
guys, but
Oh
this
my
is
God.
crazy. Like, this set is so different. I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
Parang I'm gonna sing nga eh. Sorry.
All right, please don't. We want to stay
It's a
on.
nice
May
set.
bagyo. Okay?
May bagyo. Oh, wag nating pa...
Let's serenade the people while they're listening.
No, but then of course she's our guest, so we have a lot
Guest
of questions
ba ako?
for Mo.
Grabe.
Kasi she has made
you
that
know,
adjustment.
The
she's
hot
not
seat.
used to this new setup because she's so used now to standing up.
That's true.
Wow, actually, I miss sitting down. I have to wear heels now. Who am I? It's different, but it's been fun. But I miss you guys. Like, honestly, being here this morning was such a great reminder of, like, everybody here is just awesome. And it's such a fun place to be.
Oh,
so I'm
you'll
glad
cry
you guys...
again?
No, I'm not crying now.
Okay, good.
I already cried it all out Friday, but it's nice to have, like, me back, basically. Wow, it's nice to have me back.
Yeah, it's nice to have you back. And of course, syempre, for those who are not familiar, she did make the move to Agenda in the evening as our entertainment anchor. And of course, right
Tagalog
now,
na ako.
learning.
Ikaw din, Pao. You made the move to Agenda. Nag-weather ka Tagalog last night. Ang galing mo na din.
Pero part-time lang. Pero actually, no, I want to ask about that, yung transition mo. Because not a lot of people know about yung struggle mo as a Phil-Am coming into a Tagalog broadcast. Kamusta naman yun?
I mean, honestly, it was such a challenge for me when I first heard that they're putting me on Agenda, that I'm going to do a Tagalog newscast. I was like, really? The Phil-Am girl? But, you know, slowly but surely, and we've been practicing Tagalog here. Marunong naman ako mag-conversational Tagalog. It's the news Tagalog that's really hard. So the first week was all about finding my balance, right? Like, I listened to other newscasters, how they deliver. Some are super OA, some are super serious. So for me, I had to find that balance because delivering the news in English is no problem for me, right? But Tagalog is a different beast. So I think now we're slowly settling into it with the help of Katrina, Pinky, you, and Paolo. Everybody's been so supportive with my journey.
Si Willard.
Oh yes! Oh my God, Willard.
Nakalimutan niya si Willard.
Oh my God, si Willard
check.
yung number one supporter ko pala. Willard, I'm so sorry, you're my number one.
Let's clip
Willard.
this
He's
and say
super
and
supportive,
remind.
si Willard.
Let's tell everyone that she forgot Willard.
No, I just saw.
Not intentionally.
Grabe, not intentionally.
Yeah, pero,
Bully ka pa pala, Pao. Pati, new set. Same
Pero
Paolo pa.
he's super supportive, Willard.
I love Willard.
I love Willard. Honestly, everybody here in BNC, I just
Yes.
love everybody here.
And don't worry, kasi even the ones who are really good in Tagalog, nabubulol pa rin.
Ah,
pag
yeah.
nagtatagalog.
Actually, and also you're doing Weekend Agenda.
Yeah,
Super Tagalog ka na din.
It's super Tagalog.
Wow,
and I get
Tagalog
and I get so
now.
pressured when they ask me, okay, read faster. Okay.
How is your Tagalog, Ann? Kumusta?
My Tagalog is okay, but when you're doing it on live television and then you're reading it off the, the screen, it's just totally different from when you're just conversing in Tagalog.
Yeah, it's different, right?
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's
guys.
different. It's a challenge.
Guys, ang konyo natin, yung topic natin, how's your Tagalog? No, but of course,
But-
we have netizens online
Yes,
right now.
that's right. We are being watched by so many people, not just here in the Philippines, but all over the world. We have Ms. Isabelita Casapao Roberto saying, "Good morning, Sir Paolo del Rosario." Bakit si Paolo lang? At dito rin
Grabe,
ako.
pogi
Grabe ka
points
naman.
pa.
Isabelita, sama mo din ako. Jose Mirador says, "More power, Bilyonaryo Channel. God bless."
Oh, thank
you
you.
so much, sir. Saturnino Senior is watching from Quezon City. Oy, from Quezon City. Quezon City
citizen.
tayo.
Yeah.
Yes. And Romel Romero, remember he guested on our show before?
Oh,
He's saying
Romel,
hello to
yes.
us from San Diego.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, hi, Romel. We miss you.
International.
Yes.
Yeah, come back on the show soon.
We were supposed to meet each other when I was there in the US, but we didn't go to San Diego anymore. So,
Yeah.
hindi na kami nagkita. But Romel, thank you for watching, and thank you guys for having us on your screens, watching us on TV or on Facebook or on YouTube. Thank you. If you have more messages to send, feel free to just type away and we can read them on air.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And of course, malay mo, there's a surprise guest like Mo.
Super
coming
surprised nga to, guys. I was not prepared this morning to be here.
Nakita ko, oy, America! No, but
That's how
then...
much I love you all.
Yeah, no, but it's always great to have you over. And I think we should throw our new question for each of our guests at the end of
yes.
each segment. And I'll let you take that away.
I'm not a guest.
We
Hoy. I'm not a guest.
Why? You're not a regular?
I'm part of the family.
Grabe, sandali.
Part-time din ako,
Where is this
Paolo, ha?
conversation going?
I'm
But yeah,
also
we
part-time.
always ask our guests before we let them go, what makes your day beautiful?
What makes my day beautiful? Working with the both of y'all and being here on Bilyonaryo News Channel. Thank you so much. And I thank you.
Si Paolo. Can we zoom in on Paolo? Oh
He
my
almost
goodness,
choked
that
on his
reaction.
coffee. Bilis ng sagot ko, no? Ayaw mo yan? Ayaw mo?
Thank
Ganun ang
you,
sagot ko
Mo.
pa,
Oh, Meiji. Hold on. Meiji Yap says hello on Facebook. Hi, Meiji.
Hi, Meiji.
I love that we interact with our viewers.
Yeah, we can. So kaya mag-comment lang kayo na mag-comment. Again, if you like our show, I'm Paolo, she's Anne. If you do not like our show, our names are Monique Tucson.
Yeah.
Wow! Listen, comment guys if you miss me on the show. Let them know.
Or if you don't, wag na kayo mag-comment.
Wow. Wow, I miss this so much.
Oh my
I feel
God.
like my day's not complete kung walang bullying from Pao.
Wow.
Iba yung day ko. Oo. Now I know my day
get
will
all
be a
the
good
bullying by myself na.
Oo nga,
lang.
kumusta
Yeah.
Ann? How's the bullying?
I'm getting used to it already.
Iba na yung topic.
Really, I'm not-
How's your mental health because of Paolo del Rosario?
Well, I see my shrink like every weekend. Just kidding. But what do you call this? Patrick Santos says, good morning. Meiji Yap says, watching from Quezon City. Ang dami namang taga
QC.
Quezon City. Baka si Mayor Joy is also watching. Hi, Mayor Joy!
But you know what? It's just so fantastic. Again, we're so proud of Mo.
Yes,
Thank you.
congratulations.
For that move to agenda, and she's getting better every day.
Yeah.
Slowly
You
but
should watch
surely.
her.
That's so true.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And
should
I'm
watch
proud
her.
of you guys. The show is amazing.
Thank you.
Even
Aw,
without me, the
thanks.
show is amazing. So y'all did such a great job.
Aw, thank you.
So again, you can catch her in the evenings in Agenda.
Yes.
And hopefully a bit more, if I understand correctly, there are other works for
More
you
exciting
in the
projects
pipeline.
coming soon. So you
Wow.
guys will see me all the time. I'll probably live here in Bilyonaryo. So I can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, Monique Tuzon, our former friend.
Friend.
Former friend, but not. Former partner on the show. Yeah.
You catch her in Agenda in the evening and at 6 p.m. And hopefully more soon.
Yes, that's right.
So we've got more stories for you. After the break, beautiful day. We'll be right back. Hello there, welcome back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. Now, no more free labor. Akbayan Representative Chel Jokno is set to file the Interns' Right and Welfare Bill in the House of Representatives. Now, this proposes compensation and benefits for interns and seeks to provide rest periods and limit internship duration. Now, this bill claims to end free labor disguised as experience and to protect students from exploitation. Let's talk about this on Hot Takes. You know what, Anne, have you ever had that moment, or at least, those friends who are in businesses who would prefer hiring interns or intern season? Kasi, well, for them, it's practically free labor.
When I was in college, some of my classmates who interned in some companies, of course we can name them, but yeah, they did it for free. There was no allowance, and the working hours was just wow. It was long. So this new bill that Attorney Chel is proposing, I like this.
Well, do you feel like it actually limit the companies who now get interns? Would it actually make opportunities for interns or students seeking internships harder, considering that, okay, the economic cost of hiring interns will actually make it harder for certain companies to maintain them? Kasi syempre, not all businesses are created equal or have the same. And some of them do run on intern economy or intern labor. But when you take a look at that, do you feel na, okay, this might be also difficult for yung mga businesses who actually
it will
have
be.
to,
It has its pros and cons. The small businesses, they don't really have budget to hire extra people for their offices, right? So medyo mahihirapan na sila in terms of that. But at the same time, looking at, from the interns' perspective, kasi sometimes it gets abused.
Yeah,
Diba?
I understand that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice to have that regulation there that you can't, I like nga yung disguised as, what do you call that?
Experience. Yeah.
Diba? Free labor disguised as experience. Minsan ganun yung nangyayari kasi. So it's nice that now it's gonna be regulated.
When we take a look at this, I've done a lot of internships back in college. And I think I was only compensated for maybe one or two. Look, I did quite a few. I literally did like 6 or 7 internships when I was in college just for yung experience nga.
Yeah.
But I think when you take a look at, because there's some internships where some students complain na hindi sila ginagamit. Like, for example, nagtitibla ng kape.
Yes.
Yan yung stereotype, diba?
Yeah,
Nagtitibla lang ng
right.
kape. But then there are some na talagang they actually do.
They actually teach you.
They actually teach you,
Yeah.
but sometimes they actually do more of the labor than you would expect from a student. Like they actually do the jobs. I mean, like, do you feel that should also be part of your regulation, the type of work?
I think
included?
that is going to be part of the regulation as well, diba? For them to be compensated for their what do you call this? For their workload to be limited as well. Kasi alam mo, hindi naman magko-complain yung mga students eh.
Yeah.
Kasi most of them, they're
actually.
willing to do this for free because they just want to have that experience and they want to have that parang affiliation. Na, I was able to do my internship in this really big company. So parang, di ba, may benefit
Ang ganda
siya.
sa resume, diba?
Yeah, maganda siya resume.
So there's a comment actually sa live natin, and I think you have it right there.
Nathan Perez says, thanks Attorney Chel Jokno. It is a promising move and will definitely help especially less privileged students. Pero sana hindi ito, wait, let me just press this button. See more nakalagay. Pero sana hindi ito magresulta sa mas konting opportunities para sa mga industriyang meron lang talagang iilan na kumpanyang pinaghahatian ng libo-libong students. Example, media and film production industry.
Yeah, I mean, like, I completely understand. Actually, yan yung worry ko eh, diba? Because if you suddenly put a cost or at least mandate a cost for how much an intern should get or have a financial compensation in particular, right? Again, I don't know the complete details of the bill just yet. If it becomes too expensive to have interns for certain companies, let's say yung mga medyo struggling ng konti, the opportunities might be less for the students. It'll be that much harder to get that OJT na required sa mga colleges in particular. Diba? So, para sa akin, yan yung biggest fear. And I think that has to be studied well.
Yeah. I was reading it on the screen na wala. Provide 75% of salary, grade 1 for government interns, 75% of regional minimum wage for private sector, both non-taxable. Yes, for some companies nga, magiging
Malaki
mabigat
yun.
to.
Oo, mabigat yan.
Yes.
Kasi may benefits rin. I mean, like, when you take a look at that, again, required rest periods are 8 hours between shifts. The reason why I think is kasi minsan parang natutulog na sila sa opisina when they have internships. No, but it's super interesting because to be fair then, there are some interns who prefer to be in that environment kasi feeling nila that real life becomes yung education nila compared to the classroom. Some people learn better when it comes to that. Kaya they are so into it. But again, that is still in the works.
Yes,
I have a feeling we're going to be talking about that for a while.
Yes.
But it's been a fun show. In fact, we had a surprise guest in Mo kanina, and people miss her pala online.
Yeah! You know what? Ang daming biglang nag-message. Meiji Yap says she misses Monique. Nami-miss daw niya yung bullyhan sa show. Well, we still have the bullying on the show. Yun nga lang, ako na lang yung target. Ako na lang yung binubully.
No, ako rin binubully. Guys, don't believe her. Okay? Na siya lang yung binubully.
Sige, ganito guys To our viewers, magtali tayo.
Wag
How
na.
many times did I bully Pao and how many times you bullied me?
Baka ma-disappoint ka, ha?
Wow!
Kapag tinali natin, kapag nag-accounting tayo, Talo ka pala. Parang goal, pababaan ng score, diba?
Christine Tello, yung mommy Nickel, says, hi, Monique, welcome back. Hi, tita.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so again...
Kay is also watching.
Oh, she should be. Sa mga producer natin, yes, she should be watching.
Kay, ba't nandito ka?
Oh. But it's just so great that we have this aspect right now. So
I know,
again,
I like
for
it.
everyone
It's so
out
interactive.
there, everyone out there, go on our lives on YouTube and on Facebook. Anne will be on it, and syempre,
Yes.
if we can, especially if it fits the bill, right? Sa mga guests natin or sa mga hot takes natin,
Yes.
we will go out and go out of our way and try and bring you in the conversation. Kasi we're trying to be a bit more interactive here. It's a new format. We're all getting used to it, and hopefully you could be part of that para mas madali.
And we hope you are enjoying the new format. So please do let us know what you guys think. Send in all those messages. Sabi ni Kay, pa-shoutout po. We already said hi to you, Kay.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that was a great week. That was a great week, Paolo.
She's the K sa KSP. And that's a wrap for our show on Friday, this Friday, July 18. I'm so sorry for bullying you, okay? We love you. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Remember, keep it cool, take it easy.
The bully right there. I'm at Asis-Carilo. Have a great Friday and have a great weekend. Remember to choose joy and spread love and kindness wherever this day and this weekend takes you. See you again Monday from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
Beautiful day!